What if I told you that a small group of elite soldiers changed the entire course of modern warfare, not with tanks or massive armies, but with intelligence, courage, and precision strikes? In the early days after 9/11, the U.S. Special Forces entered Afghanistan, not knowing what awaited them in the mountains, deserts, and caves of a country known as the Graveyard of Empires. This is the untold story of how they changed war forever through secret missions, covert alliances, and unimaginable risks. Stay till the end, because what they achieved will completely change how you see modern warfare. September 11th, 2001, the day that changed everything. America was attacked in the most devastating way imaginable. Within hours, the world watched the Twin Towers fall, and a new kind of war began, the War on Terror. While the world mourned, deep inside the Pentagon, plans were being drawn. The mission was clear: find those responsible and dismantle their network. But this time, it wouldn't be a conventional war. It would be led by elite units trained for speed, stealth, and precision, the U.S. Special Forces. In October 2001, the first teams of Green Berets and Delta Force operators were quietly inserted into Afghanistan under Operation Enduring Freedom. They weren't backed by large battalions or massive air support, just a handful of men, carrying radios, laser designators, and courage that would soon make history. Their mission was simple, yet dangerous: connect with local Afghan warlords, identify Taliban and Al-Qaeda strongholds, and guide airstrikes from the ground. It was a combination of old-school strategy and cutting-edge technology, a deadly mix that shocked the enemy. To defeat the Taliban, the Special Forces knew they needed local allies. That's when they met General Abdul Rashid Dostum, leader of the Northern Alliance, in one of the most daring partnerships in military history. American soldiers with state-of-the-art equipment rode on horseback alongside Afghan fighters armed with rifles from decades past. Imagine it: U.S. commandos calling in precision airstrikes while riding through mountain passes on horses. This wasn't a movie scene. This was real, and it worked. The combination of American air power and Afghan ground knowledge became unstoppable. Within weeks, the Taliban front lines began to collapse. The Special Forces didn't fight traditional battles. They rewrote the rules of modern warfare, using laser-guided bombs, satellite communication, and small, mobile teams. They could destroy entire Taliban strongholds in hours. Their motto was simple: speed, surprise, and violence of action. They moved at night, struck before dawn, and vanished before the enemy could react. In less than 60 days, the Taliban lost control of Kabul, and the world was stunned. The era of network-based, intelligence-led warfare had begun, and it was the U.S. Special Forces who showed how it's done. Some missions remain classified even today, but reports reveal operations like Operation Anaconda, one of the first major battles in the mountains of Shakot, the early hunt for Osama bin Laden, where Special Forces laid the groundwork years before. SEAL Team 6 completed the mission, and countless night raids that captured top Taliban leaders without firing a single shot. Every mission was a mix of intelligence, stealth, and precision, proving that a few highly trained soldiers could achieve what thousands could not. If you're finding this story as fascinating as I am, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because the next chapter of these secret missions will blow your mind. Behind every mission was a human cost. These soldiers weren't superheroes. They were men who faced extreme cold, high altitudes, and constant danger. Many lived among Afghan villagers, building trust and risking exposure every single day. One Green Beret later said, "We weren't just fighting the enemy, we were fighting the terrain, the culture, and time itself." Their courage and adaptability became the foundation of how modern special operations are trained today. The early success of the U.S. Special Forces in Afghanistan changed how the entire world viewed military power. Nations realized that information and adaptability could outweigh numbers and firepower. From Syria to Africa, the blueprint was repeated. Small elite teams, guided by intelligence, striking with precision. But as the years passed, the mission became more complex. The enemy evolved, and so did the challenges. Yet, The lessons from those early days continue to shape global counterterrorism operations. Today, the story of those early Special Forces teams is studied in military academies around the world. Their actions are seen not only as a victory of strategy, but of human resilience and innovation. They proved that the future of warfare would belong not to the largest armies, but to the smartest ones. But, as history shows, Afghanistan has never been easy for any empire. From the British to the Soviets, and now the Americans, every power has faced the same truth. The U.S. Special Forces may have changed the way wars are fought, but Afghanistan remains what it has always been. Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires.